of a sudden I can hear something. Alright, so you can probably hear me now. Alright, everybody. Gonna try tonight for a collective reading. I ask the Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light, to be here with me tonight. To provide protection, as well as insight into this collective message. May any ill will, if any, that is sent my way be automatically, unapologetically transmuted into blessings of prosperity, abundance, and healing. Let any ill will intention be automatically bound to its sender. within, so without, as above, so below. And so it is. I already predicted the weather last month. I said going to be shitty. Told you to stock up for at least a couple weeks. Part of me thought it was going to be sometime in February, but it's been pretty steady since then. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, there's definitely a cold snap coming in. The word has it that there's probably two coming in. They're crisscrossing each other. Polar vortex. Thank you for joining me tonight. Really? Whatever. Sure, why the hell? It's been a while. Great Spirit, what is the message we need here right now? Thank you, Aaron. It's greatly appreciated to hear some good feedback. Remember, personal readings are open. Head to the link section. Alright, we got the Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. We got the Pentacles on the top. And we got the Seven of Cups on in the middle. With the Eight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this message is a little deeper. The Six of Pentacles talks about balance. It talks about reciprocal hang on a second. Alright, now that I know the audio's work. Six of Pentacles talks about balance. It's reciprocal effort. It's about teamwork. It's about balance. It's about getting out what you put in. The Eight of Cups in the reverse speaks about not walking away. Thinking that despite all these dumped out cups, despite the loss, you might want to kind of trudge through it. But we're sitting with Seven of Cups as well. What that represents is a lot of emotional options. You might be in your overwhelm. Maybe you got in over your head. Ultimately, with the Seven of Cups, there's only one cup that you can choose. It's about making the right decision. It's about utilizing the wisdom and balancing it out with your desire and your inner calling. Making sure that whatever you choose is in balance you are. Now with the Eight of Cups in the reverse, it's maybe walking into something of a hornet, knowing that you're bound to get stung. However, in order to be able to choose that cup, you need to be present. In the moment. Because once you choose that collective, you're going to be headed towards the Ten of Pentacles. You're headed towards stability. You're headed towards a legacy. This isn't only just being sufficient, this is being remembered. For generations to come. Voice of Souls, what's the overall message? What's the overall vibe? So we have karma on its side. We have abundance reverse. We have mirror effects in reverse. We have oppression in reverse. And what's been us is forgiveness on its side and a guide in the verse. With how chaotic the world is currently going right now, we can't sit there and paint everybody with the same brush that everybody's doing the same dirty deed. We can no longer repress our choices or where we stand. We need to stand firm. We have to be able to represent ourselves and stand on values and integrity. There are certain people here that thought they were getting away with it, but they're not. There's particular people here on the fence and on the verge of receiving immense karma, extreme karma, for what they've done for the human race, or to the human race. They created a huge deception, and this is unforgivable because they lied. They deceived us. And I do believe this is in alignment with the fact that we are to create and receive a legacy upon the earth as humanity. I do believe this has something to do with the 5D New Earth. This is our legacy. It's not about really walking away from what no longer serves you. It's about fighting and standing for what you believe in. If we continue to walk away and we don't stand up, what do we serve to achieve? Just think of it, all the refugees crossing the pond to go to another continent and country to find refuge when they could just in their own home country and stand up for their rights within humanity. The rulers of this world think that they've got it made, that they've got it all figured out. Little do they know, their sorry excuses, their disgrace to the human race. Look at the mess they've left us in, worldwide. What do we need to hear from the sacred feminine? Okay. Yeah, we've lost our connection with God. We're believing in a false God. The resurrection is upon us. The mythical 3D reality is no longer going to be. It's falling away. We're finding intimacy within ourselves again and within nature, and this is by divine order. This is bigger than any government. This is bigger than any country. This is humanity. We've been deceived and lied to. What are we moving away from and what are we moving to, Spirit? Okay, fine. There's another message here. The eternal embrace of the sacred feminine within is upon us. When you first balance the masculine and feminine aspect of yourself, that is the trigger that puts you into that dark night of the soul. Because it gives you access to that door. And once you walk through that door into your enlightenment is when this all happens. You have to bring yourself to want to protect and nurture yourself. And once that happens, it brings you a clarity and a reality and a realization, a revelation, a resurrection of your inner fire. You end up realizing that the you that you've been projecting out into the world hasn't been the real you. It is the real you that the world feels is acceptable. Where the real you is hidden underneath all of those expectations and pressure. The ability to walk the earth, able to do that, being able to mask the real you, is becoming non-existent. The masks are falling, and the true essence of everyone's spirit is being recognized. We are all facing judgment in our own way, depending on our experience and what we decided to bring into our reality. We are being forced to look at our course of actions and intention, not only with ourselves, but with the world. Great disclosure on us. The misjudgment and the revelation of the true prophets, they're being misjudged. Meanwhile, they're trying to bring a miracle to the earth. And they're being misjudged. You want to know why our world has gone to shit? Even if we prayed for help, even if we prayed for angels, even if we prayed for Jesus, let's say, to come back to earth, our current worldview and frame of mind, we would only end up crucifying him all over again. Wouldn't be treated as a king of kings. He would be treated as a slave. He would be treated as a test rabbit. He would be exploited. So even if the aliens did want to come in and say hi, what makes you think they would want to? With the world we're working with. What makes you think they would even want to be here? Oh, I'm not the only one. Even with the world having 8 to 9 billion people, I still feel alone. If it wasn't for the divine in my life, And don't get me wrong, I'm not denouncing the tribe. I'm talking about humanity worldwide. It goes without saying. As far as my tribe, I speak as my tribe, and you included. I'm just, I'm tired. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of the destruction. I'm tired of the bombs. I'm tired of the guns going off. I'm tired of the chaos. It's proving anything to anyone. It's really not. It's not really helping the world. All it seems to do is create more inflation. Because the more it happens, the more budget goes to security, the more budget goes to war. At this point, I'm done giving people the benefit of, because you figure people go ahead and change. You figure people go ahead and, have a little bit of time where they're enlightened. You figure they wrap their head around their bullshit and they're ready to step forward, and they haven't even moved an inch. And then you have the audacity to give the benefit of the doubt to people that really hasn't shown up really well to begin with. And somehow, some way, they never fail to surprise. The deception is real, tribe. The deception is extremely real. And there's a lot of people out there that are just going to tell you what you want to hear to get what they want. At least you can come here. Because I'm not going to tell you what you want. I'm going to tell you what you need. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. So, certain things are unforgivable. And we need to be careful and use the discernment as guided. And this goes to how we watch the news and how we take in information. Does it meet with soul in our heart within us? Or does it seem a little off? Is there something wrong? We need to start standing up. We need to start supporting our communities. Welcome in everybody that's jumping in. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Saying that miracles can happen when we allow our inner child out to play. And I got a little story. So if there's any kids watching this, you need to turn off and go somewhere else. You shouldn't be watching my show anyway. So, back, I'm going to say, give or take 10 years, almost a decade. I just happened to have someone message me a job. And I thought, sure, I'll take that job. And it just happened to be working with the Easter Bunny. Just before I took that job, I hit rock bottom. I got back into drinking. But I was drinking hard liquor rather than hard liquor and wine rather than. And I figured that was the only way that it would sober me up, is to get back into some sort of other focus. And at the beginning of it, in hindsight, literally the job that saved my life. But what it started out to be was just a different direction. I wasn't meaning to get as much out of it than what I actually got out of it. To some, it would just be another job. Before I knew it, I was climbing the rock wall as the Easter Bunny. Before I knew it, I was taking tour walks around the mall and going in favorite stores, and I would go in and I would raid the store as the Easter Bunny. So there's a bed store. I'm not going to name names, but there's pictures. I would go into their bedding store. They had a bunch of different beds with a whole bunch of pillows and different bedspreads and comforters and duvets and throw blankets and you name it. Anything to do with the bedroom, they had it. They had scented candles. They had a whole bunch of stuff. And I would go in there and I'd jump on the beds and I'd just make a fool of myself in the bunny costume. I'd take like photo opportunities, right? At the time I got that job, I was absolutely dead inside. But as the Easter Bunny, you have no choice but to show compassion. You have no choice but to wave. You have no choice but to give hugs, and make people smile. I was putting on smiles anywhere from 2 years old to 92 years old. And the impact that I made inside that costume, people didn't even realize it was. I had bullies coming up with their kids to get their pictures taken. Bullies that would wreak chaos in my life through elementary school. Of course you're not going to say hi. Of course you're not going to say, yo, it's me. No, you just have to act the part. But that job literally changed my life. Because it allowed my inner child to come out to play again. It actually gave me a chance to live. And although I was partaking a job where I was wearing a costume, and I didn't have to show up presenting myself, but something else, it gave me a chance to see life from a different perspective. It's a lot of what you put into something is what you'll get out of it. So allowing your inner to come out to play and allowing them to have some sort of choice in your life and honoring that part of you. How old you get, that inner child still lives. Just as much as the teenager does, just as much as a young adult does, depending on how old you are. So if you're sitting here thinking you never had a childhood, what's really holding you back? Who said you always had to be grown up all the time? Everybody's making fun of, oh, I don't feel like adulting today. Well, who said you had? Within discernment, you know, you're not going to let your inner child drive. But if you want to allow your inner child to go shopping and give them an allowance, what's going on? Thank you, Empress. You don't have to leave. I could care less what they have to say about a mask. Their opinion of me is not my business. If they want to misunderstand me on purpose, that's not my problem. That's theirs. They get to live with it, not me. This goes for the haters, too. You can sit there and stew all you want. It's not going to affect me. Divinely guided, guarded, and protected. All love and light, and a little go fuck yourself. I'm really not here for validation. The only validation that I require is that you see what I'm actually bringing to the table. Because I don't necessarily have to be here spilling my wisdom. But I figure I know what it likes to. I know what it's like to feel trapped. I know what it's like to be psychologically manipulated, emotionally manipulated, financially manipulated, verbally manipulated. And I also know how to get out of the matrix. But don't think I'm going to tell all my secrets all at once. What you need to know is deep with message. I'm just tired of repeating myself. Like, I feel kind of behind schedule because I keep having to repeat myself. But I would like to step up and move on to the next level with my tribe. I just don't want to be held back by any stragglers. To pay attention. The whole purpose of finding and building your inner temple, it's about finding the inner peace. It's about healing the pain within you. Because as you heal the pain within you, you will be presented with triggers to see if you've actually healed it. And as long as you act accordingly, Spirit will provide. It's about finding the peace within the chaos. And it's about realizing what integral, important part that you each play within the collective. It's realizing that you're a hell of a lot more powerful than what you ever thought you were. It's removing yourself from the deception that you need to find something outside of you in order to feel powerful. That everything that you've been searching for has always been within you this whole time. That's one of my biggest messages here on my channel. Realize who you are, remembering who you are. We need to work together as a team and as well hold the same integrity individually. If you did all the work, you should be at peace right now, despite the way the world is. You should be at peace within your heart. That's amazing news. A very nice message, Star. Very, very nicely put. Tribe. Well, what triggers you? What gets your heart racing? What pisses you off? And how can you heal from those triggers? How can you make it so you're not triggered anymore? To the point it doesn't get you anymore. You're hilarious, Derek. You want to know what to work on for your triggers? When you want to take some time out to meditate, go on to my community page. Scroll on down till you see this. You can even check out that website. It's a good website. And galaxyenergy.org. The different chakra points of the body. The lower chakras, the south node chakras, hatred, malice, selfishness, pride, anger, resentment, confusion, doubt, jealousy, envy, fear, lust. Lower chakra are the centers of primal instincts and emotions. It's also about the conscientiousness of who we are and what we portray ourselves to be. Once we can clear out all of that, all the fear, the lust, the jealousy, the envy, the confusion, the hatred, the malice, the selfishness, the pride, the anger, or the resentment, and we bring ourselves to a higher frequency. It brings us into the higher north node of energies. Grounding, survival, creativity, sensuality, intimacy, force, free will, empowerment, pure love, compassion, communication, clarity, understanding, inspiration, and oneness. Once we clear all these out and we create a balance, we can achieve truth. Once we raise our vibration to the point where we can reach our higher self, which we need all our chakras open and aligned in order that. This is the whole purpose of meditation. You're not just sitting there, clear mind. You're sitting there hashing out shit, you are gaining new perspectives and understandings. Shit can be exchanged with any you're dealing with. Once we reach our higher self, then we can add our past lives. We are then able to temple, where we are able to do our manifestation. And no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, we are still able to find peace by making sure that this is all taken care of. And we do this through healing our past trauma and our pain. It's not for the faint heart, and it takes a strong will of character to go deep within your psyche and your subconscious and do the shadow work. You can scroll down on my community page and check it out there. No big deal. It's just one representation of the chakra system. There are many, but it seems to be the most common sense version that explains a lot between our south node and north node and why we kind of tend to toggle on the south and north node most of our life. Because it's our south node within the 3D reality that brings us back in that fear because of the deception and because of the current programming. And in order for us to raise into the 5D reality, we need to allow that south node bullshit go. We need to heal it. It's the only way to let it go. And by letting it go, it doesn't mean just let it go. You need to dissect it. You need to heal it in order to allow it to disintegrate. It will eventually disappear once you've gotten what you needed. Shadow is part of the medicine, just as much as the light is. Give me a minute. You know what? As much as people don't like the cold, it's meant to get you to go within and reflect. That's the whole purpose as to why we dark night. It's why we have the time of it's why we have the season of the day where everything dies off and hibernates. And again, it's not about letting go, it's about learning. It's about learning what you need and getting the medicine you need from your experience that we call life. Oh. We got the Ace of Pentacles popping out saying hi. Spirit, what do we need to know, right? We have to change our foundation and go in a new direction. There's a great renewal that's upon us. Wow. YouTube, can you do me a favor and get together? What's the overall collective message, Spirit? Our true selves is being revealed. We're laying down the dormant responsibilities we no longer need to carry. We're closing cycles. We're finally closing off relationships we no longer hold close to our hearts. We're finally letting go of that. We're dissecting the medicine, those relationships, to find out what we do and what we don't want to move forward with. It was a bad experience, it showed you what you didn't want. If it was a good experience, it shows you what you might want to look forward to in the future with someone else. But learning to let go of those past relationships in order to make room for new possible relationships to come in is predominantly important. But it's also important to take out time to heal the past wounds. Give yourself some time and compassion to rebuild your confidence and your respect. your boundaries and your standards. Yes, we're realizing who the hell we are, and we're moving into comfort and community. We got the Four of Acorns, which is the Four of Wands. This is what we're moving into. So we're moving into more stability. It's going to be revealed to us. The sun. Certain things are going to be revealed. It will piss us off, but it will set us free. And as a collective, we will make the adjustments. It's going to take time. And yes, during this time, it will be very chaotic. And chaos is the breeder of peace. Because we cannot have one without the other, unfortunately. We need to see how chaotic things can get before we want peace enough to stand up and take it. And just for the record, if you're thinking you're coming on up in here and thinking that I might support Trump, I supported the whole idea of making a difference. But honestly, I think he needs to work on his own backyard and fix the United States before he tries to take over Greenland and Canada. Because we are neighbors, there should be trade agreements. It should be balancing out to benefit countries. And we shouldn't be fighting against each other with stupid ass tariffs and a squeezing of resources and all of this other shit. No. Every part of the world has something to offer. Whether it be location, whether it be tourist situation, whether it would be resources, whatever the case. Every part of the earth you to some degree. And we need to market it in such a way to support humanity, to support the overall situation. The war, the infiltration, the deception, it's not helping it. And when they show up in the world like this and they try to do such things, it makes the divine very, 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 very mad. Certain things are about to come to pass. And I've tried to speak on it. But I'm only one voice. And to be honest, all the leaders should be ashamed of themselves. Specifically for the last 5 years. It's extreme irreversible damage of a psyops, of an exercise, of an experiment. A mandated experiment. And I guarantee you, the people that were involved in that psyops exercise. You cannot run, you cannot hide. There is no bunker deep enough. That you could hide in, to hide away. There is no rocket that you could jump in to fly off to another planet or star system. You will be dealt with and you will be accountable. Your dreams are already haunting you. You seem full of shit. It's already haunting you. And it will continue to haunt you until you make it right. And this goes for all governments of the world. You had no right mandating anything. And this WEF shit with the UN, you've lost all credibility. Your plans will quickly. I already see it happening. So you have a chance now to stop it now, give up, give the earth back to the people, and create peace among nations, or face the consequences. And these consequences will hit by like in the night. Hurry up or you're going to be late for peace. This is divinely guided. If you feel threatened or triggered by this, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should feel shame. You should feel guilt. You have every right to sit with it. Moving in 5D Earth, you're not included. You're not invited. Because you failed to heal. You chose to allow the darkness to overtake you. You chose to sell out. The divine knows your intention. The divine and karma knows your address. No matter what to Rome. You think AI was smart. You think all of this technology to track people was smart. It's got nothing on karma and the divine and the reaper. It all comes back to your energy signature and what you hold within your heart space. And this is why I was so adamant at getting you all to heal. To get you to raise your vibration, to bring yourself to inner peace. It's the only way to the 5D Earth. And it takes a courageous healing in order to get there. It's not for the faint of heart. It means you have to look at yourself. You have to see who you are. And you have to work through the trauma to get to the other side. To a more empowered you. To build your inner temple of strength, of manifestation, and to become your higher, most authentic self. and be ready to transfer and move into the new earth energy. It's already here. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for us as a to decide to move and rise above it. Planets are in alignment for this right now. It's up to us to make the choice individually, as a collective, as well as a community, as nations of the world, of the universe. We need new systems. We don't need programs. We just need understanding. We all want peace within our heart. We want the ability to live our life and be prosperous. The only way that we're going to get that is if we stand up as a collective and demand it. We need a revolution. And we're about to have one. Had I had more members participating and paying attention, we very well could be collaborating. We very well could be getting something together as a plan. But unless I see people start stepping forward, we're going to miss out on our destiny. We're going to miss out on our legacy. And the powers supposedly at B aren't a very good job as to help with that situation. And quite keeping us from doing that, they're trying to keep in power. They're trying to keep us from 1,000 years of peace, collective. 1,000 years of absolute peace. Think of that. Think of what that might look like for the world. Think about the possibility that we actually have the power to make that happen as a collective. But unless we choose to stand, we're not going anywhere. That's how important it is to humanity that we find peace within our hearts, that we heal the pain, the suffering, and the trauma. That's how important it is. I've tried speaking on this life, and it all fell on deaf ears. People weren't ready for it. Part of me thinks I should have been on you a long time ago talking about this. But I wasn't confident enough. I was too busy thinking about what people were going to think of me. I was too busy wondering where I belong, what I was supposed to be doing. I was scatterbrained. And no, I wasn't using my intuition. I had blocked it because of the nightmares. And then time and time after time, I was brought into tricky situations, very traumatic situations, which gave me no other choice but to open up my mind in order to find clarity. And then only for my gifts to be put back in the box again, to appease someone that I thought I might have loved. to have them be totally opened right back up, wide open, to where my ex's dead mother came back to save my life. And that's when I found out I was a medium. If you realized the energy that you emit, and if you took the time to heal, and you took the time to build your inner temple, the energy and the power that you would emit just in your energy center, where you are residing. I've got people all over Canada, United States, Australia, New Zealand, all over the world. If that group was to get bigger, and we would be in a common goal, in a energy, we could make ripples and we could make waves. But anything that you ever do within the divine, let the light. We don't work any in the darkness. We're not wreaking havoc. We're not creating chaos. If anything, we are transmuting that chaos into there is medicine in absolutely every experience we've ever had. There's always going to be something that we can take from our experience to learn from. And the divine wants us to show up. The divine needs us to remember the magic that we are. Because if we all work together and start believing magic again, chances are our manifestations will come to fruition faster. And we will change the course of humanity as we know it. And this isn't taking religion. You don't need religion to do the same. You don't need to be God-fearing to do what I'm saying. To empower yourself, learn from your life experience, and step up into your highest version of yourself, knowing that the divine is with you, no matter what you call it. You have to take yourself and step back from the delusion of religion. The only place that you would ever find the divine is within your heart. It's not in a book. It's not through a pastor. I've never said to go and believe in the book. I've never said to go and listen to this guy. I've never said to go and, listen to me and only what I say. I say, go with your heart. I've always said that. Because within your heart and your mind, with it in balance, as above, so. As within, so without. What you bring balance to within yourself will bring balance into your reality. And this is why I say it's important to heal. Because as you bring the balance to your inner self, your outer self changes. Has no other choice. Because your outer reality reflects your inner reality. And because we are running ourselves ragged and full of chaos, it's because there's chaos within us that we're not dealing with, that we need to deal with in order for our life and outer world to change and get better. We get back to harmony and integrity, the King of Shells, and guard our hearts. It seems we're losing our security and abundance. This is why we need to work with each other, build on our communities. It's going to seem like everything that we've worked for is falling apart. It's an illusion. If the system was to fall apart, how would you survive it? That's the biggest question. All the karmics out here wreaking havoc on the world, you're the problem. You're the main problem, chaos. I hope you're happy. You're sitting there bitter because everything is falling apart in your life. Meanwhile, you're the reason for it. And then because you're so bitter, you're going to go and wreak havoc in other people's lives. And bring other people down because you think it's a good idea to make yourself feel powerful. Trying to take control of the matter. I thought about getting some land there, Aqua. I thought about getting a motorhome. I thought about doing a whole bunch of different things. But there's even somebody that bought land, got himself a motorhome, and he wanted to build a house on this land, but it was going to take him some time. Then they went out and shut him down because he had a motorhome on the land, and said that he couldn't live in it. How is he supposed to get the work done and how is to live at the same time? That's all extra expense. It makes no sense. And then on top of that, a lot of the motorhome parks, they're being closed because some of them are being overrun with the trailer parks. And so now, people trying to find a place to go and they have nowhere to park, even if they were to have a motorhome and maybe go on the road. It's already close to $2,500 a month just for the lease, just to have a motorhome. Okay? That's not counting fuel, that's not counting your propane, that's not counting water or displacement of your black water tank. That's not counting your fuel to drive. That's not counting your park access. That's not counting your lot fees. Like, you literally got to be $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month in order to even just scrape by on having a motorhome and getting away with it relatively nicely. And it doesn't help that all the farmland, maybe grab a piece of land and, build in some huts or build in some services and stuff like that, so that way people can come in and just park. No. Heaven forbid a piece of land comes up for sale. Bill Gates is out buying it up. So now he's like the top owner of over 2/3 of the farming land. And you know why? Because it's all this genetically modified Monsanto bullshit. Okay? And it's coming out to be that the grounds are contaminated. That's why he's buying all the land up, so that way it's not coming out in the papers that all the land is contaminated. It can't be grown on because it's riddled with forever chemicals. They're saying that people are the biggest carbon footprint. So since the climate initiatives have started, think about all the chaos that has been ensued across the world. Just think about it. And think of all the devastation of lives that's part of that. Population control. I think we need to stop supporting the big box stores. To some degree, I'm kind of torn with Amazon. I can understand them wanting to use robots to make it more efficient, but it's taking people's work and jobs away. It's displacement, which ultimately it's not desired. It's very unfortunate. But it's creating a monopoly. It's getting rid of all the small the small shops, people trying to make a store out on their own. Meanwhile, they can just go to Amazon and get it anywhere from anywhere in the world. I didn't like shopping on Amazon for quite a while. But specialty items where you can't find anywhere, if you want to get what you want, you can get it on Amazon. But the little people, the ones that actually want to make something, they should have the chance and the ability to do so. And I think that's where things are going to change. Because overall media is going to be brought to the individual. The people that choose to stand up and provide particular information are going to be the new reporters. The groups of people that work together to bring apart a support are going to, the ones that are going to rise up are the ones that are going to make things work. But we need to rise up with solutions. We need to rise up with support, not picket signs. It's one thing to get out our tractors and our transports, our picket signs, and our flags and all this other bullshit to go protest and just stand there screaming off the top of our lungs. But really, what does that prove? It's proving that we can go around with signs in our hands acting like a bunch of buffoons. But what does it really prove? What is there that we can do, a solution, that we can rise up together as a group, as a collective, and do as a community to benefit humanity on an individual basis as well as collectively? A lot of it is changing our perspective. A lot of it is changing the way we look at things. Moving forward with a more enlightened way of looking at things. Instead of allowing the current status quo to gain control and deceive us all over again. The 5D Earth, everybody has a voice. Everybody's accounted for. Everybody's respected. Everybody has body autonomy. We have the choice, the final decision on what we choose to have in our body. We have the ability to feed ourselves and not go hungry. We have the ability to have a roof over our head and dirt as a human right. The education system is being reformed. Be free. And any specialty program on demand, you get subsidies and you get bursaries for joining in on these subsidies. Any excel in any specialties, such as trades that are in demand, you get added support for learning those. Some of these trades are extremely dirty. They're very health detrimental to your health. But you should know the cause and effect of everything that you are getting yourself into before you get into it. You should know the good and bad before you make that sacrifice of your time to step into that. But you shouldn't have to pay for the education. It's not a very good incentive. How is anyone able to change direction? If somebody's down on their luck, they don't have money to invest, and there's no subsidy or no support, how is someone supposed to change in direction without the means to do so? Not right, it's not fair. People should have the ability to have that right in order to step up and step right in a different direction and try to better themselves. Purple Aqua, are you putting your hand up? Do you have a question? Welcome in, Colleen. Welcome in, Maureen. Purple Aqua, Trudy, James, Max, Sheila, Astare, Mystic, fuck, the gang's all here. Mickey Mouse is even in the building. I don't know if they're still watching, but... Can we all lovingly send some good mojo to Little B? Can we all take a moment out? Because I have a feeling that there might be some sort of surgery that she's going on right now. And I'm giving it to the divine. I'm wishing her a speedy recovery. So if you got some love and healing that you'd like to send, please do so. And to all ill will sent to my tribe, including Little B, let it be automatically and unapologetically transmuted to healing and strength, clarity. To bless my tribe and my collective with empowerment, strength, courage, and protection against all that ills you, all that comes up against you that is not yours. Let all that is not yours fall away, forevermore and indefinitely. Let us all come to a peace among nations. I call, I will it, I wish it, I bless it upon the collective. Let's step into the new earth, once all. What do I want to do? Okay. Who's hidden from us, planning to... If there's anybody planning to sabotage us, who is it? Okay, there's a hole there. That's too much. Come on, Spirit. If there's somebody behind our back and they're wanting to sabotage us, that's too many. Who is it? Give me 3. Not the whole frickin' deck. Give me 3. Somebody that doesn't want to burn a bridge. Somebody that wants back in. Okay. Put them together, Michael. Mix them together. Make something your own. Get creative. Wow. Peanut gallery, gossip queen or king. Then we've got liar, liar, pants on fire. And sloppy Joe. Doesn't want to be sloppy anymore. Okay. Could be dealing with a Leo. Avoidant introvert. Mr. or Mrs. Destructo. Toxic mother. Love bombing bouncer. Picky Peter. There's a lot of people behind the scenes. Beautiful nightmare. The silver spooner. Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of people that maybe they want to come back in. Let's look. Let's get a vibe card for each one. Can I get a vibe card for the beautiful nightmare? That one was jumpy. Silence. So the beautiful nightmare is suffering in silence right now. Interesting. Picky Peter. Let's look at the Picky Peter. Picky Peter. Yeah, this person's not established because they're too picky. What else have we got? Love bombing bouncer. That just bounced right out of the deck. Hang on a second. Smell the roses. Take some time out in nature. So the love bombing bouncer might need to take some time and smoke some reefer and hang out with the trees. Probably be a good idea. Anyway, you could be dealing with any of these energies. Toxic mother. Toxic mother. That one was jumpy. Psychopath in the reverse. Okay. Miss or Mrs. Destructo, supervillain. Family. So somebody's very destructive in your family. Avoidant introvert. Somebody that's wanting to come out of being an avoidant introvert. They want to be a little bit more extroverted, and they don't want to run anymore. They're no longer discontented or resentful, or they don't want to compete anymore. Okay, silver spoon. Silver spoon. toxic motherfucker. Yeah. Drama, arguments, incompatible. Probably a pick-me. I wouldn't be surprised. Peanut gallery, gossip queen, king. Oh. Okay, so peanut gallery, gossip queen. The gossipers are running out of intel. So it looks like they don't want to be, they don't want to ghost anymore. They want to crack in so that way they can get the intel and the updates. Keep the door closed. Do yourself a favor. Okay? S'mores galore. Who doesn't want to burn the bridge? Okay. I have a masculine energy that's quite possible could be feminine. Wishful thinking, they want another chance. And ever since you left, everything got stagnant and didn't move forward. So no, don't want to burn a bridge. Something about keeping it out of the legal system. They want to settle out of court. Sloppy Joe, liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Burn your balls on a telephone wire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. What's the vibe, spirit? What's the vibe? That one jumpy. Okay, so they're done making bad decisions. They're done with addictions and the continuous cycles. So maybe they're actually holding themselves accountable. What about the sloppy? Sloppy Joe don't want to be sloppy anymore. What's going on with him? This is somebody that just likes to half-ass shit. Doesn't really give a shit about quality. It's literally 98% of the reason why everything's getting recalled. Yep. So, Sloppy don't want to be sloppy anymore because he's wanting to look towards the possibilities. And he knows by being sloppy, there's no possibilities because he's got a sloppy reputation. So he wants to change that now. So that's good. I'm happy for them. It's good to heal. It's good to change the direction and the overall trajectory of your purpose. It's good to take stock. It's good to step in. You know, follow your dreams, make up your mind, and believe in yourself. Alright, so let's get a little bit of a clarification. One card. Whoever's dealing with his energy, spirit, give me one card per situation. Let me know what needs to be focused on in order to find some sort of solution, okay? There needs to be solutions here. What are the solutions? Let's go with the silver spoon, the toxic silver spoon to start. We got 9 of swords. It's about going deeper. Getting to the heart of the matter. Getting to the understanding of who someone is. And why they are the way they are. So that way, when they show up, received. And then there's no worry of being having any type of deception affect you. Alright. How about to avoid an introvert that's no longer envious? got the Strength card in the reverse. Okay, so it's about finding inner confidence, right? You're feeling drained right now, you know, and yeah. So it's about not allowing and not compromising with this energy, right? You know, you're holding space for yourself. If they want to show up and be envious or not be envious, is the choice. But whether or not they want to be avoidant or get back in the picture, that's neither here nor there. It's not about you. It's about them. Because if it was about you, and if it was about your value, they would have been there a long time ago. They would have seen it from the get-go. You know? So, it kind of brings it into perspective as to why people ghost you. Usually it's because they're not adequate enough, or they're not ready to receive your energy. Get one more. I'm called to get one more with that. Thank you. We got Seven of Swords. Yeah. They were being competitive. They weren't content. They were very discontent. They were very resentful. And now they're changing their tune. Right? They were being sneaky. Come at you one way when red flags, because they were coming at you one way, they deceived you. They didn't want to come at you that way to begin with. They wanted to come at you with a day. But had they come at you with that other way, you wouldn't have received them to begin with. So they had to deceive you in order to get what they wanted. And now they want to come maybe get back into your energy again. It's up to you, collective. Mr. and Mrs. Destructo. Supervillain. Somebody in your family is wreaking havoc and chaos. Yeah, it's about what you're good at. It's an envy of good at. You got these 8 pentacles here. You're working on something substantial. You've got a lot of hard work in this. And somebody there in your family is trying to destroy it. Could be a toxic psychopathic mother. I don't know. It's in the cards tonight. Whether they're related is another story. But there's some sort of a tower that was supposed to happen for you. It's not happening. By the divine light, it's not. Queen of Wands in the reverse. This is a very vindictive, very manipulative individual. Extremely toxic. And the fact that she's in the reverse. In the upright, she's very inspirational. She's very intentional. She's very intuitive in how she moves forward. She's very balanced. She's supportive. The Ten of Cups. Yeah, they probably destroyed your Ten of Cups. Your wish fulfillment. Apparently, you're not allowed to be having any type of wish fulfillment. You're not allowed to be happy. Can I get a little more on that? What's the solution? Temperance. Chaos. Unbalance. I'm also getting dethroned from spiritual rank. Maybe they got dethroned. Maybe that's what they're sad about. Like I said, you can't run, you can't hide. The deception, the overall chaos that you ensue in life, if you're not moving forward with compassion and within the direction of the divine light, you have major karma that you could very well be playing with. Toxic mother, psychopath in the reverse. Maybe she's not the psychopath. I don't know. Toxic mother. Hello, devil. Please tell me more. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't like the word gold digger because that gives miners a bad name, I think. Gold diggers, because they're digging for gold. But someone that's very selfish, extremely selfish, financially wise. Tell me more. Ten of Swords. They're trying to open up old wounds. That one was bouncy. Seven of Pentacles. The Lovers. They're trying to keep stock of your love life, to see who you're with. They're trying to find out information. It's almost like so that way they can ruin it. It could be dealing with a Gemini, but there was some sort of deal made with the devil of some sort somewhere along the line, I think. Could be dealing with the Capricorn. I don't know. But somebody's opening some sort of old wounds, taking stock of your love life, pretending not to be a psychopath at this point. They want you emotionally unguarded, and they want you to stay in some sort of a hermit mode. They don't want you out and speaking and talking and yeah, Eight of Swords. It's the truth. It's pretty. Queen of Swords, because you're nurturing your truth, you're speaking your truth, you're standing on it. You're telling your story. And they're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to make you act out of character and look like something that you're not. And they're really pissed off that it's not working. They're trying to make you destabilize with your stability, with your pentacles and your prosperity. And they want you to walk away. Something tells me they can't access you where you are. They don't have access to you. So they're trying to move you in a place where they have more access and more control. It's not going to happen. They're trying, like the submission card come out with the Voice of Souls earlier. So that they're trying to get you to submit to their bullshit, and it's not working. What's the love bombing bouncer? What do they gotta say? Smell the roses, love bombing bouncer. They're gonna come in and say, "Oh, come on, slow down. Take your time. Let's go for a walk and just relax. You know, let's get all lovey-dovey and cuddly. You know, take down your boundaries. What's this whole bit? Yeah, the star, the Knave of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Queen of Cups. Three of Wands. So Pisces, Cancer, some kind of energy. They've lost some sort of connection with you and they want it back. So they're coming back in. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and they see things working in your favor and that you're shining and you're glowing up and your essence of who you are, and they want to show some sort of compassion toward. It very well could be that you're moving forward some sort of compassion, and you're doing the work and you're just reaping what you're sowing. You're in that process of tending to your garden, and you're starting to reap harvest. You're starting to reap some sort of benefit from what you're shining on, right? So somebody's coming in trying to show some sort of support to you. Just be patient. Somebody's going to come in and love bomb you. An Aquarius. What's this? It could be the toxic mother. I don't know. Maybe realizing what they. Alright, the Fool, Two of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So somebody wants to balance something out with you, with a new way of going, a new direction. A Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. It's somebody that's coming in, joining on the coattails of your Wheel of Fortune. Acting like they're supportive and acting like they want to be there for you, and really they're not. They're just succubus. They're just love bombing, and they're going to bounce out again. So what's the point? Let's go on to the Sloppy Joe that's looking for new possibilities. Come on, Sloppy Joe, what do we got for you, buddy? You're doing good, keep going. The fact that you want to change and make things better, that's awesome. Oh, of course, the King of Swords in reverse. Is he lying? Or is he just... Oh, what the fuck? Is he lying? Is he really lying, or was he lying? Thank you. The Three of Pentacles in the upright. And the Nine of Swords. Okay. Six of Wands. The Emperor. And the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So this person is trying to find out on how that they can collaborate with someone to come in with some sort of recognition to some sort of emperor about a loss of a Ten of Pentacles, loss of a legacy. They're all up in their head on how they can come in and deceive you. They're wondering on the possibilities of how they could come in and deceive you. But for some odd reason, this is good news for you, bad news for them, is the feeling I get. Because I guess they were sloppy and they don't want to be sloppy anymore. Maybe they failed to tell you some sort of information, and now they have no other choice but to come in and collaborate about a Six of Wands, something that you've earned. Well, you're an Emperor, so... But the Ten of Pentacles here in the reverse. And there's deception. And somebody being all up in their head and maybe in jail. Could have had to go deep in order to find some sort of recognition or recollection of how they were going to come in to collaborate. Oh, the High Priest was hidden in here. So this is something you don't even see coming yet. Or they tried to hold it over you and hold it against you, or some way put it in a perspective where you didn't see this. They tried to hold it away from you so you couldn't. The King of Swords here, the definition, and some sort of make up your mind and believe in yourself. Like, what is this? Sloppy Joe in the reverse? No. Who's being sloppy, really? Thrills in the reverse. So, the liar, pants on fire. Maybe they just got out of rehab. Maybe they're done making bad decisions and they got rid of some addictions and continuous karmic cycles. Maybe that's what. Oh, three of swords at the bottom of the deck. What's going on with the liar that's on fire? Yeah, they can't juggle a fucking paper bag even if it had an apple in it. Yeah, 7 Ups, way overwhelmed. Way too overwhelmed with the fact that he has to juggle everything. All those lies, all that deception, of course. What's going on? Calling out saying that you're selfish, but meanwhile, his selfishness is what was the injustice on you, because they lied on you. They deceived you. Right? Tried to overwhelm you. Only ended up overwhelming themselves. Tried to create imbalance in your life, but only created an imbalance with their own life. Just the way it goes. Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Welcome in, Ron. Yeah, this very well could have been 10 of Pentacles. They lied on you. They tried to create an imbalance. And they're very selfish. Huge injustice. 10 of Pentacles. Priestess, you probably peeped this. And it was a sabotage. It was a collaboration of people to come up against you for this. And they tried to manipulate you and hide you to the point where you weren't around. Yeah, and they're all coming out. And you're not in your head anymore because you're speaking your truth. And that's what I don't like, that you're speaking about the injustice. So maybe they want to make up for all the bullshit they pulled. I'm not going to hold my breath. I don't know about you, collective. I'm not going to hold my breath. Alright, so whoever doesn't want to burn the bridge, they want a second chance, right? Because ever since they left, we're talking maybe a masculine energy. Because we got the feminine energy reverse. I have a feeling they're not nurturing themselves. They are being really difficult and really hard on themselves because of the bullshit. And I think that's why they want a second chance. Because ever since you left, things just... it hasn't been there. So what's going on with them? Yeah, Three of Pentacles. They want to come in and collaborate with you. Ten of Wands. They want to heal something. Some sort of ill intention they want to heal. Nine of Wands. They've defeated. Yeah. They're coming out of a really rough time. That's why they kind of ghosted you. And they're coming in with some sort of compassion, cup of love. This is going to be your justice. Yeah, this is going to it's going to really throw you for a loop. You're going to have a hard time calling truce with this. Yeah, you fight it. You're going to be like, no, I don't want it. This is stupid. This is stupid. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not about to tell you to go back to an ex that's an asshole. But somebody definitely wants to have a rebirth with you. I think they might have had a dark night of the soul. They could have had a great awakening themselves. They might have tried, you might have put them through the ringer and they might have actually had no other choice but to have an awakening. I don't know, I'm getting a very devoted energy. It's not obsessive. They've questioned it themselves if it was obsession, and it's not, it's devotion. Wheel of Fortune, this is good. I'm a little scared I'm being called out on this. This is all good intention. Yeah, there was illusions cast, but they want to bring back everything they took. They want to give back. And more. This is unfold blessings. Yeah. There was a lot of deception, a lot of illusions. The Six of Cups. Someone from the past. Four of Swords. This is going to help you rest. It's going to help put to rest. Once and for all. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles is on the bottom. To some degree, it very well could be they want to come in and make it right. They don't want to burn a bridge. But the way this Eight of Pentacles fell off, this is a lot of work. And this establishment, this is you establishing yourself. This is you using all of what you've learned to ground yourself and create this. And stepping forward with that purpose. And shining. This is a Midas touch card. And having a lot of time and effort invested into something. And they just want to throw it away. They want you to throw it away. Spirit, why do you play with me like that? Bridges are meant to be burned. It gives more reason to stock up on chocolate and graham cracker and marshmallows. Spirit's saying that there's some people and there's some things in your life that just can't come with you. There's no need, there's no purpose, there's no reason for it anymore. Some scale or another, we've all been going through upgrades. And this is why they're trying to emotionally get you to stay. Because if you are within the alignment of wanting to, thank you, Angelique. Um, so I just want to get my thought out. I'm retraining my thought here. Hang on a second. Tracing. Welcome in, Radiant. Mm. Some of them know that they can't go with you. So they're weaponizing compassion in order to come back in to rip you back down into the lower frequency. They're too coward to heal. They're too much of a coward. They don't have the kahunas to rip the band-aid off and see the wound for what it is. They don't feel like they want to tend to the wound. And it's unfortunate. The 3D energy is going to get to a precipice where it's going to implode in on itself. And this is where the matrix will finally disintegrate and crumble. It will cease to exist. We might see that in civil unrest across the planet, because our supposed support systems that we've been paying into all these years were just a big fat illusions. And now they're scrambling to create a better system. If I had enough support, I could build that system. I have the blueprints in my head. And I've thought about pretty well every variable. Every situation, every scenario. And it all comes back to sovereignty of the individual person. And the ability to have basic human rights. This is more than a song, Trudy. This is a movement. It's a revolution. I've been about this the whole last year. I didn't stutter all that much. So anyway, if you go back with this s'mores galore person, it's just going to be stagnant. They want another chance to rip you apart. Don't fall for it. It's not worth it for where you're going, collective. You deserve better. Peanut gallery, gossip queen or king that wants to come back in and get more gossip. They want to get an update. So, what do we need to know about this person? What's the deal? Peanut gallery, gossip king, queen, distance in reverse. Want to come out of hiding, want to reconcile, and no more separation. The King of Wands in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. What? The Death in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. Knight of Pentacles. The World in reverse. Isn't that funny? The Ace of Wands in reverse. And the Highness on its side. The Three of Swords to top it all off. Yeah, and we got the Three of Pentacles reverse on the bottom of the deck. With the Four of Swords in reverse. So not resting. Yeah, it's all coming to light. That what is done in the dark will always come to light. Those who gossip against you, it always comes back to them. You always find out who's speaking shit on your name. It always tends to come out sooner or later. They tried to take away every movement forward. And they made it so that way you couldn't see. They worked in silence to try to flip your world upside down and betray you in every single way but possible. They had Pentacles. They got people coming forward offering you support. But it was only just to deceive you and to rip you apart. Yeah, because you had this rebirth. And now they want to come in and disable your way forward, your intention. They want you to question everything. They want you to be acting out of character. And they want you to throw everything that you've worked towards away and create instability. If you could very well be dealing with an earth and a fire sign. In the reverse, very karmic individuals working together, throwing gossip behind your back. And somehow they ghosted you. Somehow they created a separation and now they want to come back. Interesting. Oh, I hope this works. Hang on a second. Welcome in, Ted. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Anyway, let's continue. We got Picky Pete. Somebody that's picky. They don't want to settle anymore. They don't feel secure being picky. And things aren't working out with them being picky anymore. They feel defeated. So what's the deal? Defeated. Very chaotic fashion right now. Could be going through a divorce. In a hermit mode currently right now because a lot of lies being told. Trying to create chaos, now wanting to reconcile. They know that you deserve better and they want to balance things out because they tried to make you juggle. They didn't want you nurturing your truth. They didn't, and they weren't nurturing their truth either. Queen of Pentacles. They were nurturing their pentacle. You know they should have dropped some sort of boundaries with you and showed you more compassion. But people thought that you were going to be energetically draining on them, but it wasn't this. So that's why it was lies. I think it was a liar, pants on fire somewhere in the line. It created this imbalance. And the peanut gallery creating all the rumors. I have a feeling Picky Peter was part of the gossip. They're not so established and wealthy anymore. So this beautiful nightmare apparently is suffering in silence. Four of Cups. They're not really satisfied with anything. And they want the towers to stop. They have this new idea. What's this new idea? To maybe just not pay attention to you anymore. That's perfect. Perfect idea. Seven of Wands. Your boundaries are way too high anyway. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. The Star on the side. Eight of Cups. They think that you're selfish for walking away. Seven of Swords. And this is why they're being sneaky, doing the stuff that they're doing. Because they think that they're selfish. So that's why they're trying to create this nightmare. Apparently they're coming in with some sort of a cup of love. Would you believe it? Or they see you filling your own cup. 10 of Cups. And 9 of Cups. This is like, apparently you're their wish fulfillment. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups, 10 of, and 9 of Cups, and 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles came down on the 7 of Swords too, so it very well could be that they're quite possibly wanting to be a part of it. 6 of Swords, they don't want to walk away. 5 of Cups on its side. They're neutral. They're emotionally neutral. They're not for or against you. They're just neutral. 7 of Wands, but your boundaries are way too high. Like, you're standing on what you're standing on. The devils come out here to play. They're putting their devilish ways to rest because everything that they come up against you with fell apart. Now they're coming in to ask you for help because they come up against you and went bankrupt. And meanwhile, here you are leveling up. And yeah, you're tapped in with the Most High, with the Divine. So you're the one with all the wisdom. Now they're coming in for help because they want to rise up. It's like they want to meet you halfway, but they don't want to be this beautiful nightmare anymore. Wild. It's the only day that my ex acknowledged our relationship. I still have the screenshot of the text message. Collective, you get to the point where you just don't have the patience anymore. How many times you gotta say the same thing over and over again? As if they didn't get it the first time, or the second time, or the fourth time, or the 10th time. And now they want you to say it again. Like, I have all the patience in the world to say it to someone that doesn't know, that someone that needs to be guided. I'm all for it. But for someone to deliberately misunderstand me and take everything I say out of context to make me seem like I'm not all there, to make me seem like I'm not copacetic, to devalue absolutely every thought to come over my head, to make me feel crazy, and question absolutely everything that's out of my mouth. Spiritually, yes. Physically, no. Answering Adrian's question. Nobody deserves that, Trudy. Nobody deserves to feel like they're crazy and that they don't know what they're talking about. But some people will gaslight you to the point where you will. And this is part of their book. The crazier they make you seem with every word that comes out of your mouth, the more you just shut up and then you just don't. And then you find yourself, every time you want to say something, you look up on Google to prove yourself that you're worthy of saying what you're saying. Because you're literally having to back up absolutely every word that you're saying with something credible. What hell, Paul? It's only $17. I don't even know if it registered. CRC, 1,000 CRCs. Thank you. No matter how much it is, thank you. You made my heart skip a beat for a second. It's kind of like when I went and I was cleaning hotel rooms at one point. I go to the night table and there's a $10,000 bill on there. But it's like a Chinese yen. So it's like $10,000 is only worth like 50 cents in Canada. It made my heart skip a beat. It was kind of funny. I was all excited. Oh my God, I got a $1,000 tip. You don't have to apologize. I find it funny. It's the thought that counts, Paul. It's all good. It just reminded me of that story. It was funny. You apologize. I'm laughing more on the inside. Yeah. Right, yeah. That's awesome, Paul. I'm glad you're winning. Keep winning. And that goes for my whole tribe. That's all I want. I just want to make ripples and I want to help you win. Just remember me when you're winning, that's all. There's nothing I like better than seeing people win on account of what I said to them and the fact that they took the information, they used it to their advantage, and they're happy about it. There's nothing better, I don't think, than knowing that the people that you help are actually winning and they're actually getting somewhere. They're empowering themselves, living their best life. It's literally, there's no better reward. Thank you, Paul. $2,000 macaroons. Okay, we can do that. Right after I cough it alone. So, Spirit said I should cut some cards. Do like a cut cards reading. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 card decks out right now. So I can make it all work. I'll do a little bit of a collective. Let's see. Okay, I'm only going to use these ones. All right. If there was a message from our higher self or from the spirit realm, what's the biggest message that we would need to know right now? The ancestors are screaming. And you've got the message of love in reverse. They're livid. They're trying to look at it in a better light, but message of forgiveness in reverse. If there's any clarification on this, what would it entail? Justice. Okay. What else pertaining to that justice? 5 of crystals, about being left out in the cold. Persistence and new possibilities. The Chariot in reverse, not taking the journey that you need to take. Not being disciplined, determined. Who is there against us? Who's in the way? I got blank cards. They're cloaked. We've got Aquarius, Timmy the Truther, Holy Revealer. Okay. Karmic masculine or feminine. Codependent and needy. So somebody's codependent and needy. They're avoiding you. They're a basket case at this point. What do we need to know about this person? They're lying, they're not nurturing their truth. They're being deceptive. They're wanting you to be out of your, they want you out of your comfort zone. And they're trying to ruin your foundation and take away your abundance. You could have blocked them out. Yeah. They can't walk away from ruining your Ten of Pentacles. But they're misjudging you. And they're being stopped in their tracks. Probably because you blocked them out. What does the Sacred Feminine have to say about the situation? Somebody needs to repent. Because they're not accepting who they are. And they need to surrender to the divine in order to receive a miracle. That miracle usually entails healing. Without this miracle, there is no resurrection. What is the deepest shadow? The Hierophant. It's about the commitment to the divine. The Five of Pentacles, it's about finding self-worth. The Six of Wands. And the Eight of Wands in reverse. The divine journey to independence. There's Queen of Cups that's manipulating your Wheel of Fortune. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, let's give these a shuffle. I'll do one more, and then that's it. I'm out. It's almost going on, almost 4 hours, I think. There's no resurrection with some sort of family. Something you need to let go of. Spirit's saying the divine's got you covered, but you need to continue to move forward. There's no more confusion. It's been all told to you. You just gotta stop questioning it. See, that's the thing. When you balance out your chakra system and you work on your inner temple and you go and you find your center, when you find your center, there's no room for confusion. But with the case that you know what you know, and whatever you know that it is to be true. As to whether or not you act that out into the 3D world is up to you. But the fact that you know, and the fact that there's no confusion, the fact that there's no deception, and you see it for what it is, for certain things, that is your justice. For certain things, it doesn't need any more retaliation. Certain things, it doesn't need any more energy. Because if it was that detrimental and traumatic, why would you spend any more energy with that? To keep that wound open. That's the big question. How many more times is it going to take for you to be damaged in order for you to heal? Being in a damaging experience. How many times is it going to take before you make that decision? To finally say no and put your foot down. It's about building boundaries of peace of mind. For yourself, for your safety. It's about creating a safe space for you. All right. Second timeline. If there was a message from our higher self or the spirit world, what would that be? No more burden of tears. I'm being told we're through the worst of it. Message of peace from the spirit realm. The biggest focus right now is to learn to forgive. Because everybody comes from a damaged energy. Everybody has experienced chaos at this point. And it's about forgiveness. Is there anything of a clarification to that with the tarot? Queen of Shells. Be compassionate, peace, and compassion. King of Crystals. The lack of courage and commitment has been our downfall. We should be focusing on our comfort and prosperity, as well as transitioning to calmer waters and having insight into why and how, and enjoying the whole vitality of the sun and happiness. Who is it that very well could be against us on that? A Capricorn. Okay. And is there any solutions or anything we need to know about how to sidestep this bitch? The devil in reverse. Let them go. That's the Capricorn in the reverse. Isn't that wild? And I'm just cutting the cards. What else? Six of Wands. They don't want to be exposed for their heinous crimes. They Six of Swords, but they can't walk away from what they've done. It's haunting them. And everything that they've come up against you with has fallen apart before their eyes. And they misjudged how powerful you are. Yeah, they misjudged your cutoff game. What does the Sacred Feminine have to say about this? Just be you. Just be you, the real you. And let that shine. You don't have to tell everybody everything. You know. Some people don't deserve, the people that can't accept you for who you are don't deserve you. You're like you just focus on your heart and soul and allow that to guide you. Universal Christ. It's one thing to be Christian, it's another thing to be Christ-like. Is there anything from the shadow or the light about this situation? The Empress. Be creative, get creative. Start a new project. Start a new business. Do something beautiful, do something with a good impact. I don't know, have a baby. But get ready to receive and learn to attract what you want in your life, and it will just show up right in the divine time that it's meant for you. This is a very miraculous energy. You have to go through your 4 queens to get here. So enjoy it, embrace it. Yeah, this is about no longer being in your head about something. You're not having to dig deep anymore, because you've cleared it all out. You're finally free from any inner burdens that once maybe served you. I was compelled to say that, but maybe segregated you. But don't drop your standards. Your boundaries are there to give you peace of mind until you're ready to branch out again. But you can't go around wanting to be social and having all these boundaries up. It doesn't work that way. You're giving mixed signals. And I'm being called on this. But I'm going to speak on this because it's very difficult to know one's intention in order to be comfortable, in order to branch out and drop boundaries, right? When someone is not clear on their intention, or you don't vibe with that particular intention, there's no point even spending energy with that intention, right? So why would you give it energy to begin with if it's not something in your wheelhouse that you're interested in? It makes no sense to me. So just focus on what's important to you. All right, Spirit, one more timeline. Spirit, ancestors, higher self, there's one message that you have for the collective. What would it be? Message of love in the reverse, spiritual side. Okay. Somebody in the spiritual realm is rather, it could be the ancestors being angry at the status quo. Can I get more? It's unforgivable, apparently. Seems in the reverse. Message of love in reverse. So hate. I'm thinking this is like the last 5 years. I think ancestors as the whole on the other side are pretty disappointed with the status quo of humanity because of what we put ourselves through. So in clarifying this, the three of Cups, the collaboration of something. The Nine of Feathers. The Bibles. The collaboration to leave someone out in the dark. The Six of Crystals to balance out things for themselves. Nine of Crystals because they were reliant on their funds and their prosperity. And Knight of Acorns to keep them from moving forward. Having no action or drive. Depleting them of their resources. However, you remain patient and changed your perspective. Who was behind this? Oh, somebody wanted to burn some bridges. That doesn't surprise me. Somebody thought they were good at what they did. Maybe even a hermit. Interesting. Avoiding introvert. Covert psychopathic narcissist. Dun dun dun. Okay, what do we need to know? Six of Swords. They can't walk away. They don't want to learn any lessons. I think you threw them out in the trash already. Lover in reverse, yeah, you said no. You ghosted them, I think. Yeah, Eight of Wands again coming out. The Knight of Cups, very wishy-washy, very emotionally unavailable. Oh, there's a new idea. What could that be, Spirit? You're the Five of Cups in the reverse. So, When it comes to the Four of Cups, I'm a little bit dyslexic. Because I find I come to a consensus that the 5, it represents change. And with it, the Five of Cups being with emotions and having the ability to change the foundations of how you feel within your emotions. Right? That might make you feel a little sad, it might make you feel overwhelmed, it could make you feel uncertain. And a little strange during that transition. However, with it being in reverse, it's supposed to be a good thing, represented of finding your self-worth and finding love for yourself and, standing on your values. However, I get this feeling like there's a stubbornness to change and not wanting to change as well with that card. So, this is how I feel dyslexic, because one point I feel that it's a stubbornness to not want to change, and then there's the ability to find self-worth and be the opposite of being in sadness. You're more in joy and happiness. It's very weird. So, either way, what's the deal? Six of Pentacles, yeah, it's unrequited. And they can't stand to watch you anymore or pay attention, but they're going to come in and ask you for help. But this is going to give you the ability to end this once and for all and put a stop to their shenanigans. They want to somehow heal some sort of betrayal with you and celebrate your win, apparently. Okay, what does Sacred Feminine have to say about this? Again, just be you. There's no sacredness about this particular connection. Something that maybe hasn't been illuminated to you yet. But you're misjudging your potential. There is a new connection coming in for you, collective. Continue being balanced within yourself. You're about to be extremely happy and co-creating with the universe. Is there any light or shadow? There's emotions, illusions being cast. And it is injustice to you. However, you need to guard your heart. Seven of Wands. Somebody's trying to somehow control, or I wouldn't say defeat, but they're trying to puppeteer you. Yeah, Magician in the reverse. Continue being you, continue moving forward, continue creating. Things are about to change for you. And that's on a good note. On that note, kids, I'm out. I want to say thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I love you, tribe. You rock. Thank you for being my checkmate. I couldn't do it without you. All of your support has been greatly appreciated. You've been part of my miracle. I hope you realize that. Only way up but here. Please be good to yourself, so that way you can be good to others. Otherwise, be good at it. And I'll catch you in the next video. Continue being your badass self. Continue standing in your power. Even if that means taking rest. I'll catch you later.